The valley has a very limited number of firefighters, and due to the COVID pandemic, we are really having a difficult time. If we lose part of our shifts or part of our volunteers, we could be in a situation where we're unable to respond to emergencies.
Pitkin County Sheriff Joe DiSalvo has implemented Stage 1 fire restrictions. I'm here with Fire Chief Scott Thompson, who's going to explain why now, why during the COVID shutdown. Scott, how come now?
During the COVID pandemic, we're trying to keep social distancing. During a fire, it's nearly impossible for the firefighters to maintain that social distancing. And we have such a small number of first responders in our valley that we are deathly afraid of the health and safety of our firefighters if they do those mass gatherings. Just for example, fire that we had yesterday, we had 15 firefighters on the scene. They use the same tools, they drag the same hoses, they're in close contact. Usually these pumpers are very noisy, so keeping 6 feet of distance is nearly impossible. So this is the reason for the fire ban is not because of the science that we normally use, that the weather and the fuels and the dryness and the wetness of the fuels dictate when we go into those restrictions. This year's absolutely for the safety and welfare of the firefighters, to keep them healthy. We're experiencing a number of medical calls, and we want to keep them available for those medical calls instead of fighting wildfires.
And needless to say, with the backdrop of the fire scar from the biggest wildfire we've ever had, and it has been kind of dry, what are some of the things that people should avoid doing during a Fire 1 restriction?
It really requires people not to have open burns. Now, they can have the charcoal briquettes and they can still have their fires in their chimneys and in fire pits that are built, not just dug into the earth. But what we're trying to keep from happening is a controlled burn, somebody burning slash or doing a ditch burn that gets out of control and requires 20 firefighters to respond and put the fire out or control the fire.
So please abide by these restrictions. It's especially important now during the COVID shutdown. It not only will keep our first responders and firefighters safe, but it will also keep our community safe from the potential of a fire.